police chase, and tonight NPD says the person responsible is an 8-year-old boy.
What's more, police say that child driver was also armed and is now accused of a carjacking that was caught on video.
A witness captured this video of the child driving off in the stolen car. We spoke to that.
Yes, you picked the right one to speak about this issue. A big disappointment. I hope that the parents get charged for what this 8-year-old child did. Yes, that is kind of harsh to blame it on the parents, but that child is 8 years old. Why would that child even have any access to a gun, let alone using that gun to carjack somebody and then taking the police on a chase? And he could have gotten hurt. He didn't get hurt. They put him into custody. Obviously, he's going to be charged. It doesn't matter that he's an 8-year-old. And I think that they should start charging these young adolescents that want to act grown because their parents are not regulating what they watch on TV or what they do outside the house or anything like that. Because a lot of times people have kids, and I hate to say it, and maybe at the time they're proud parents and that's my son, this and that and the other. But then when they see that it's tough raising kids, sometimes they fail these kids, and these kids end up like baby kids, and they do these very embarrassing things, because I know that this has to be an embarrassment to the parents. But my question first and foremost is, how did this child get this gun to hold somebody at gunpoint, then take police on a car chase, which could have ended his life abruptly and quickly at 8 years old? Luckily for the situation, it didn't happen like that. But I really want to hear some answers on how this could have took place. This is why, even when I'm talking about some of the topics that I speak about, I always talk about history repeating itself. And that's why a lot of things that we saw in the community over here with the Nature Boy and the Carbonation, and some of the kids that were subjected to the things that they were seeing, I always said that this is not an environment for these kids, because history repeats itself. It's learned behavior. Kids are like sponges. And the last thing that we need is for a child to duplicate bad behavior. And obviously, this 8-year-old is duplicating bad behavior. He's around someone or looking at something that made it okay for him to do what he did.
Person about what he saw. Anchor Sally Pitts with his first-hand account and new information from police.
Hey Google, call the Montgomery Police Department.
Witness video shows what police say is an 8-year-old driving a stolen car. The witness said he saw the child hit another car and then drive off.
I just naturally kind of wanted to follow him because I didn't think it was right for him to just get away with hitting someone. But as I was following him, I realized at some point it was a little boy.
The witness said he continued to follow the car, and at one point it turned onto the boulevard going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, he picked up some adults on Norman Bridge Road. It's two guys, and they just wanted a ride to, I think, American Deli. And so I followed them there. I kind of kept my distance.
The witness called police, who tried to pull over the child. Officers say he refused to stop. During the chase, police say the 8-year-old driver crashed in the area of West Fairview Avenue and South Court Street. No one was hurt, but this witness fears it could have ended differently.
Yeah, I think parents don't get involved in their kids' lives enough anymore. It's not 100% their fault, but I think parents really just need to know where the kids are, what the kids are doing.
Police say they did recover a gun. That is Sally Pitts reporting. Police say charges are pending against the 8-year-old.
I mean, I don't know if he's looking at the wrong movies, or his mother and father have the wrong people crowd around him. I don't know what the situation is, but if a child at 8 years old is doing this so early, you really, really have a lot of things to worry about in the future. If he's doing this at 8, you can already see what his mindset is. It's really, really sad. And that's why I really feel like I don't care what age you are. If you're grown enough to pick up a pum, if you're grown enough to take that pum and hold somebody at gunpoint, then you're grown enough to go to jail, or some type of detention center. I won't say jail. Let's not be too harsh with it, but some type of detention center that specializes in young adolescents like this young boy, where they can learn a lesson. Because I'm gonna tell you something, if a lesson is not learned, the next time this young boy gets in trouble, it could mean um, life or death for either him or somebody else. He's obviously a threat to society at 8 years old, which is even more scary to me, and probably has been a problem way before he did this chase with the police, where he carjacked at gunpoint somebody and took their car. There had to be signs. I don't want to buy that the parents didn't see the signs that this child had some issues then. And this is the outcome of what happens when we ignore our children and what they're doing, and we make our life more important than what our children are doing. And I feel as though before we lay up and have kids, it's nothing wrong with taking birth control, or it's nothing wrong with um if you're not fit to be a parent, getting your tubes tied, or having the man uh get himself fixed so you guys don't bring these kind of kids in the world. And like I said again, I'm harsh right now because it's very disappointing and disheartening just to hear that a 8-year-old just woke up in the morning and said this is what he was going to do. Um, Also, it's scary, the thought of thinking that this boy had this pum and could have even shot himself with this gun, or shot somebody else. It could have been far worse than what we were hearing on this news report of what this child did. And then for him to take it as far as taking these police on a chase, and of course he got into an accident. Luckily, God or somebody was standing for him at this time, because he did not get hurt. But like the local news said, he is definitely going to get charged. I'm quite sure others are going to be charged as well for this reckless behavior of this 8-year-old. And I really honestly think, in my opinion, that somebody should be charged. Somebody should be reprimanded beside that 8-year-old kid for what he did. Because if we don't start holding the children and the parents equally responsible for the children and the children's actions, it's going to get far worse. And we don't need this world to turn into an apocalypse where people are just going around freely just committing crimes and getting away with it, and we sitting there letting it get by because, oh, he's 8 years old, oh, he's 10 years old. What's going to happen when he's 18 years old? What is he going to go into a bank, or stick up a Brinks truck to try to get a couple money bags, like he's the Charlestown boys of Massachusetts? I don't know really what to say about this, but it's a really big disappointment seeing and hearing such behavior from a child that shouldn't even be doing such crimes. He should be playing with Legos. He should also be supervised. Where were the parents is what I want to know. And I honestly hope that these parents are held equally responsible for the actions of what this child did. It could have been worse than what already happened. So, we have to take accountability. There's a lot of things going on, and people could have lost their lives that day. So I really feel as though equally the parent and that child should be responsible for the actions of the crime that he committed.